On the rooftop, Luffy and Kaido clash. Kaido and Luffy both realizes that Big Mom has been defeated by Kid and Law based on the shockwave. Kaido remembers his past encounter with Big Mom, and he expresses his sorrow over a fact that they just teamed up to find One Piece together. Luffy enters into his final Gear4, Snakeman, and strikes Kaido with Gomu Gomu no Hydra. He declares that Kaido's dreams have brought suffering to the people of Wano, and vows to ensure Kaido never returns, even if it is the last thing he do. Meanwhile, in the Flower Capital, people are sending their wishes into the sky with lanterns on the roof of Onigashima. Luffy relentlessly pounded Kaido with his powerful punches. Kaido, realizing the pain inflicted by Luffy's attacks, tries to block them, but Luffy manages to hit him in multiple places. Despite Kaido's efforts, Luffy bends his punches and keep hitting Kaido from unexpected angles, which frustrates Kaido, as it is against the nature of rubber to bend its trajectory. While in move, to make matters worse, Kaido transforms into his full dragon form and bites Luffy, swallowing him whole. He then flies high into the air, opening his mouth to let Luffy fall and shooting a powerful attack called Blast Breath at him, creating a massive hole in the island. Miraculously, Luffy survives the blast by transforming into Boundman to propel himself back up to Kaido. Determined to defeat him, Luffy announces that he is using his final gear for transformation, and doesn't have any time to waste. He confronts Kaido, blaming him for the suffering of the people in Wano, who are starving and thirsty under his rule. Luffy prepares to unleash a move called Gomu Gomu no over Kongun. Kaido, unfazed, dismisses the people of Wano as weak and calls the samurai losers, who are willing to die for honor. Luffy argues that the samurai are strong, but Kaido refuses to believe it. As Kaido prepares another blast breath, Luffy strikes first, causing Kaido to misfire and crash to the ground. Luffy charges at Kaido once again, but Kaido quickly retaliates with a powerful move called Destroyer of Death Thunder Bagua, sending Luffy crashing. Steam starts to emit from Luffy's mouth as he somehow tries to inhale it in. Once again, both Luffy and Kaido rush towards each other. Luffy wants to end the fight with a single powerful attack. He believes that if this attack doesn't work, it means he has been defeated by Kaido. But Guernica suddenly appears and grabs Luffy's arm, using a technique called Iron Body, that is Tekai, to hold him back. Although Kaido notices Guernica's presence, he is unable to stop himself from hitting Luffy while Guernica moves out of the way. Here it is important to note that Guernica was ordered by someone higher up to eliminate Luffy, as per Five Elders' decision, to prevent any worst-case scenario. This triggers a flashback for Kaido, reminding him of a time when his opponent, Odin, was distracted during their fight. Fear and horror fill Kaido's eyes as he recalls those memories. Kaido's attack causes Luffy's Gear4 to wear off, leaving him unconscious on the ground. Momonosuke realizes that he can no longer hear Luffy's voice. Kaido, though victorious, is furious that history has repeated itself with interference from others. Kaido walks over to Guernica and asks if he is prepared to face the consequences for his actions. The CP0 agent says nothing, as Kaido brings down his wrath upon him, while somewhere inside the castle, Joseph, another of CP0, silently accepts his fellow agent's fate. Kawamatsu orders the samurai to escape the burning castle. As there's no way to stop the fires, Kaido arrives in his dragon form and demands Momonosuke to surrender, and requests if anyone wished to challenge him to step forward. The beast pirates celebrate while the samurai despair. Even Kid and Law acknowledge this shocking turn of events, while those like Chopper and Tama cry for the loss of Luffy. Nami refuses to believe Kaido and confronts him. Marco protects her from Kaido's attack and urges everyone to keep fighting. Kaido, undeterred, announced that Onigashima would still descend upon the Flower Capital, unlike Orochi. He saw Wano as nothing more than a source of cheap labor, vowing to force its inhabitants to produce weapons for him. His words shook the samurai's morale, and he demanded Momonosuke's presence once more. The respective crews of Kid and Law stood firmly against the advancing beast pirates, preventing them from targeting their captains. Carrot and Nekomamushi rejoined the battle too, Kid and Law refusing to surrender to Kaido's might. push themselves to rise once again. Scene shifts to Momo, who considers that surrendering to Kaido might be the best choice, as continuing the fight would keep adding more bodies to the piles. But Yamato argues that they will eventually die as Kaido's slaves. Yamato refuses to give in and chooses to fight alongside Momonosuke, even if it means facing death. Amidst this chaos, on the rooftop, we notice Luffy lying unconscious on the ground. But in that quiet moment, we see his heart beating. Zunesha, who came to assist Momo in battle, listened to Luffy's heartbeat and said to Momonosuke that it could hear the drums of liberation after 800 long years, and proclaims that Joy Boy has returned. Intriguingly, Luffy grins, and an unknown substance begins to envelop him while steam coming out of his body. Luffy, despite losing his fight against Kaido, is still standing and feeling strangely happy. His strong heartbeat wakes up Sanji, who calls out to him. The sound of Luffy's heartbeat resonates throughout the castle, bringing tears of joy to people like Nami and Tama, who are relieved that he's alive. In the holy land of Mary Joyce, the 5 elders discuss the consequences of sacrificing one of their agents. Realizing it only angered Kaido, however, they believe it is always better to eliminate which is dangerous. The elders reveal their 800-year-long pursuit of the Gomu Gomu no Mi, which has evaded them repeatedly. And they discuss how Zoan type of devil fruit have will of their own. They disclose that this devil fruit known as Gomu Gomu no Mi is actually known as Hito Hito no Mi, model Nika. And they say this specific devil fruit have name of the sun god, Nika. They disclose that this mythical Zoan type grants its user rubber-like properties and the ability to bring smiles to people, embodying the concept of the warrior of liberation. Awakening this devil fruit enhances the user's rubbery body exponentially, granting incredible power and freedom. According to 5 elders, there is no power more ridiculous than this devil fruit's power. On the rooftop, Luffy unveils a new form called Gear4 and proclaims that he can continue fighting. He releases a powerful blast of Conqueror's Haki, knocking out several beasts pirates, and uses his enlarged hand to grab Kaido's dragon form, dragging him back onto the rooftop. Luffy swings Kaido around and slams him repeatedly, though Kaido regains his composure and expresses his relief at Luffy's survival. Kaido then attacks with his blast breath, but Luffy turns the ground into rubber, deflecting the attack back at him, although injured by his own attack. Kaido apologizes for CP0's interference, and while laughing, Luffy accepts the apology, preparing to finish his fight with him. What are your thoughts on this epic revelation? Share your theories and reactions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting updates on One Piece. So until then, bye.